So is General Michael Flynn a villain, as they're telling you on television, or, as it increasingly appears, are there deeper lessons that all of us can learn from his case? Chris Hahn is a progressive radio host and a former aide to Senator Chuck Schumer. He joins us tonight. Chris, thanks a lot for coming on. So what's so interesting, if you take three steps back, we basically know about the Flynn case pretty much what we knew 2 years ago. There's one count, and it's lying. And the news anchors, all of them accomplished liars themselves, are very upset that he's a liar. But you know who else lies a ton is the government. So who thought up a system where the government gets to lie to you all at once, including lies designed to get you to commit crimes for which you can be prosecuted? But if you misstate facts or lie, you go to jail, and they're considered heroes by all the lying news anchors. Are you happy with a system like that?
Well,
I'm serious.
He has pled to lying.
Yeah, he
right?
did, for sure. He
there
pled
could
to
have
lying.
been other things. There could have been. I'm an attorney. I've negotiated plea deals. Usually, you don't plea to the worst thing you've done. We don't really know how bad his actions were. We know that he pled to lying. We know that he lied. Joe DeGeneva.
Oh, so is that the system that we have?
He
that
lied.
If you plead to a crime, we assume you've done something much worse? I thought you said you were a lawyer. I thought we judge people on the basis of the legal outcome.
I can only speak.
Okay.
I can only speak to my experience as a lawyer.
Right. Okay.
And when you cut a plea deal, it's usually not for the worst thing you've done. It's for the lowest crime.
Look, if you have evidence that he's done something else, but I want to ask you about the government. So, look, I'm not defending lying. Right. I'm against it. I'm appalled when I see it on television, and I often do. But I often, maybe most frequently, see it from government officials. When Jim Clapper gets up and tells the Congress under oath, the NSA isn't spying on American citizens. He actually committed perjury under oath, but it's totally cool. He got picked up by another channel as an intelligence analyst. No consequences whatsoever. They can lie to you without limit and without penalty. But if you, as a citizen, misspeak, you go to jail. So are you comfortable with that system?
Yeah, I mean,
why aren't they held to the same standards that we are?
I'm not so sure how that applies here. This man was the national security advisor to the president. He invited FBI agents into his office, and he lied to them.
But, right, okay, that's fine. But can you just address the question? Because I think it's an important question that we should really kind of get straight before we proceed, all of us who live in this country. The government gets to lie all it wants. There's literally nothing you can do about it. But if you misspeak, you go to jail. Are you comfortable with that system? Everybody else, the handmaidens to power on the other channel, are totally happy with it. Are you happy with it too?
It's a slippery slope, Tucker. While I think we would like everyone to be honest all the time, are we now saying that people can't go in as undercover agents into a drug ring or a terrorism ring and lie about their identity? So you're talking about a slippery slope here. These agents went into his office and were having a casual conversation with him.
So they might have to face consequences. So you don't have any problem. So, like, if the FBI lies to you in the course of an investigation and then charges you with lying, that doesn't ring any bells for you? You don't think, well, maybe that's a system that's inherently unfair? No? Or is that's totally cool as long as it's being done to someone you don't like?
Law enforcement agents infiltrate crime rings all the time, and they lie about their identity, and they lie about other things to gain access to people. So let's be clear what you're talking about here. Are you saying that should stop too?
I don't know. I mean, I'm all for cleaning up drug rings and stopping espionage and doing the business of law enforcement. But here you have a very specific
interfering with our republic.
So you have Andy McCabe and Peter Strzok, both of whom clearly lied. One of them was canned from the FBI for lying, and yet neither one faced even a suggestion of prosecution because they're immune from that, not in the service of breaking up drug rings, but they just lied, okay?
What?
But nobody cares, and everyone's like, oh, it's okay, they're FBI agents. That doesn't bother you.
I'm still trying to figure out what the lie was to Michael Flynn. I don't believe that they did lie to Michael Flynn.
No, they
went to Michael Flynn's office. They were asking him questions, and he lied to them. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm actually not. Wait, hold on, slow down. I'm saying in the case of Andy McCabe, I don't know if you followed the news, but he had to leave the FBI for dishonesty.
Sure.
But in this specific case, but is he going to be prosecuted for that? Should he be? I mean, Mike Flynn was. He had to plead with. He threatened his son. I mean, are there standards that universally applied, or they only apply to people whose politics we don't care for?
Again, I would like everyone to be honest all the time.
But not under threat of
there are some
prosecution.
bad people in this world, and we sometimes have to go after them, and you shouldn't be lying to law enforcement. And when you're the National Security Advisor to the United States, President of the United States, you should know better than to lie to the FBI.
You should have known better.
And
Yeah,
frankly,
you should have known better.
Think that was the
Buyer
worst
beware.
Thing. I don't
you should
think,
know.
Tucker,
Yeah,
Tucker,
you should know as an American citizen, the government can say anything to throw you in prison, but you should just know those are the rules. Okay, it's a predatory law enforcement establishment that is lying in wait to wreck your life. And like, if you don't know that, you're just an idiot. That's kind of what you're saying, I guess.
Well, was it okay to lie to El Chapo when they infiltrated his drug ring? Law enforcement has to do that all the time.
It's my favorite response in D.C. It's like, if you don't like something, it's like either you don't like kids or you're on El Chapo's side. And I just want to say for the record, I'm anti-El Chapo.
I'm glad you're anti-El Chapo, and it was okay to lie there. Good.
On that note of bipartisan agreement, thank you very much, Chris Hahn.
Thank you.